Hello. So today we are going to see system development life cycle. System development life cycle basically deals with the whole life cycle of one system. Means that how this has been came into existence and how this has been developed and how that system would be decomposed. So these are the phases of basically defined for any system. So this was the basic in general stages of a system. Like there are six stages which were being defined almost everywhere you can see. What are the six stages? Requirement analysis means defining the project, its goal, defining implementation, about how it has to be implemented in future. Then actually define some operations that are intended to make out of that project. Then you have the operations that you want to intend to make, so these all requirement you have to verify. Then you have to make a design, means what was the desired feature operations described in detail. And then you have to do some pictorial representation that these are the development that are required. Then you think for the development and testing, where the actual real cost of the whole project lies. Means you need to put large amount of resources like uh, developers you need to put. Then you have to implement that project. Then you at the end you have to do the documentation, maintenance of all the things of that. And then again you have to plan that these are the improvement that are required. Then again you do the analysis for that requirement. Then you again design that requirement properly. Then again you implement that. And then again you do the maintenance. And then again you have to do the planning and analysis, design, implementation, maintenance. So this keeps on rotating. And the documentation part is one of the important feature in maintenance and as well as in the requirement analysis. Then there is another part which is evaluation or testing. Evaluation and testing is one of the most important part of a system development lifecycle. Why? Because evaluation is what means testing whether the system has been passed or failed according to the expectation after the whole development, integration, testing. After the maintenance you do something evaluation whether we should continue this project or not continue. If that project has worth, then you continue. If that project doesn't have worth, system doesn't have worth, then you think for decomposing that project. Then next, we can see SDLC models. What are the models? Methodology is available for these projects. Waterfall models are there, spiral models are there, agile development models are there, rapid prototyping are there, incremental models are there. So these are the names of fundamental SDLC, system development lifecycle models. First we will see waterfall model. Like waterfall model says that it was being introduced by Royce, and it has following phases for doing system development. First is obviously requirement, where the requirement document is being generated. Then you do the analysis for designing part. Before designing you do the analysis. Then after the designing, when you have completely designed some software architect or some system architecture, then you have some coding part that you have to do, means development and integration of that software. And then you have to do the systematic discovery of testing and debugging that report in the system or software. Then you have to think about what should be the operations that you are needed, means installation, migration of that support, then maintenance phase. All these things are needed. Why waterfall model? Waterfall model was specifically introduced for software, but you can think and learn from this waterfall model and apply it over any system engineering project for the system development lifecycle. Means any system would fundamentally have requirement analysis, means whether that project is feasible or not feasible, means it would not have to be imaginary, it has to be practical ground to be implemented. Then analysis phase could be analyzed before you go for designing that whole project. Then designing could be done, means some figures was being drawn, then the fundamental development, and then testing, and then operations, means maintenance phase of that project. Next model was spiral model. What was the spiral model? It was being introduced by Boehm in 1988. What it explains and teaches us, it says that first determine the objective, means requirement analysis, then you do the progress, and then identify and resolve the risk. Then in the resolving the risk, after all these feasibility analysis, you do the development and testing. After that whole integration and operational analysis, testing, implementation, integration, development, integration, development, requirement analysis, then in the fourth quadrant you will have the plan for the next iteration, that whether you want to determine new objective and not. So this model was basically based upon the risk analysis, whether that project is feasible or not. It's a spiral model. Next, agile development means you discover new requirement and develop those requirement. Keep discussing with your client, your end user, your customer. With an collaborative effort was needed for self organizations. Cross functional means teams of developers are discussing with the customers, and they keep on learning the needs and requirements of customer, and they keep on developing the project. Then you actually keep on thinking, if you are a system developer, then it what it does, agile development, and it do the adaptive planning, and it do the evolutionary development, then it do the earlier delivery. Then all these things agile promotes actually. So what actually been promoted? Adaptive planning, evolutionary development, earlier delivery, continuous improvement. So these are the main important features that are being promoted by the agile development. Then it also encourages flexibility to respond some of the changes. So there's keep on change coming because the requirement changes. So the requirement changes, then the change in the system are being required. So you change the system, and when the system is being changed, then you again have to think whether system is working fine or not. Then again, next type of example is rapid prototyping, which actually involves creating a work model from various parts of the system at very early stage. And after all this relativity and short investigation, you do the rapid prototyping, means you create a prototype, a small simulation, or you can say a small part of that project, and you small feature of that project, or you say a small working model of that project, very early stages, so that you can see that whether it's a possible, feasible or not feasible. Then you do the dynamic system development. So this is the one of the part of the rapid prototyping. Dynamic system development means keep on thinking, and it has to be active and developing quickly. And this prototyping actually involves identifying prototype, agreeing to the plans, then creating the prototype and reviewing the prototype. So all these things are the part of this rapid prototyping, identifying what you need to develop, agreeing to the plan whether it would be feasible or not, then create that prototype, and then review and analyze that prototype. Then incremental built model was the another model, SDLC model. You can say it actually do the product design and implementation, testing and incremental analysis. Then you do the little more addition for each time until the product is been finished. So you keep on doing design, implementation, testing incrementally, and you keep on adding one small additional time for doing these phases, and you keep on doing this iteratively till you do not finish the product development. And this all involves both development and maintenance phase. Then the product has to be defined according to the satisfaction of the user need and user requirements. So the project will be finished, means product will be said to be finished only when it meets the satisfactory requirements. And then the next model combines with the elements of the waterfall and with iterative philosophy of prototyping. So this incremental model is the combination of waterfall and prototyping. So both are being combined to make incremental built model. Next, extreme project management. So it's a kind of a project management like XPM. It was being said to be in short form XPM. So it manages large and uncertain complex type of project. So complex uncertain projects are being managed by project management. Then it differs from the traditional project management. Like this extreme project management was open, elastic, and undeterministic projects. And for the undeterministic approach means it's elastic means you can increase the size of the project. It's open means it's available with many developers together working for together teamwork. Then it's undeterministic approach means there's no fixed rule to develop and for proceeding towards the project goals. Then it focuses more on human side means how you manages the stakeholders, how you need to manage the user requirement. This project basically corresponds to the extreme programming, which actually intends to develop or improve the software quality by responsibly changing to responsive changes of the customer requirement. Means customer requirement keeps on changing, so this extreme programming keeps on intending to change its software qualities and keeps on improving those qualities. So then next, development phase. So in the development phase, basically these are the main parts or the main properties, like these are the main activities. So in fundamental development you keep on evolving the system, means you keep on having new features and you develop. Then you have some bugs or some problems, errors in the project, then you keep on updating that feature. So this is how the development phase keeps on working. Then in development phase you think of manufacturing, production and construction. How do you think? You think and develop and do the things, means this is the phase where the project team would actually do something, means manufacturing, production and construction of large system or sub components or subsystem or sub entities, whatever be the possible parts are required. They gather from somewhere, they build something from somewhere, and then they merge them and integrate them. Then they also think in this phase for the deployment. So deployment means creating certain environment, assemble some product, installing something, and training the user or training the machine. So these are the features that you do in the deployment to achieve some full operational capabilities. Means whether it's half or full, you have to think it has to be perfect for the deployment purpose. Then the operation should have to work, means the user should have functions, objective and task, where the operation should have to think that whether this project or system had meeting their functionality required objectives and the task which has been required. Next, the maintenance phase. So in support, basically what it does support in maintenance phase. So it actually do the logistic management. Logistic management means whether that support is needed or not needed. Disposal of that activity means commissioned or destroying of that whole project because it was not useful. So we that project was being decided by the uh, top manager or some owner of that project to dispose that project. If it was not being disposed, then what they do the training activities, means knowledge and skill level transfer and functioning transfer to the other users and the other team members. So all these activities, training part was being done in the maintenance phase. Then in the maintenance phase, most important part is verification whether that project has been evaluated to be perfectly progressible, effective, or that actually meet the specification or the requirement of the users. So all these verifications are being needed, and that is the part of maintenance phase. How well you evaluate the project, how effective is the project, how well it has been measured with respect to the specification required for the that project. And next is synergy. So synergy.